Hello students, welcome to the video lecture titled Nuclear Magnetic Resonance, that is NMR spectroscopy, which is included in your CBCS system semester 4. This is the part 1 and myself, as introduced before, Dr. Bhashwati Bhattacharya, Associate Professor of Chemistry, Government Girls General Degree College. Let us start our syllabus, and this is the syllabus included in your Kolkata University website. According to the syllabus, this is the NMR machine. You have seen contained these parts. According to the syllabus, the contents are introduction, nuclear spin and magnetic movement, theory and principle, applied field and precision, precisional frequency, width of absorption line in NMR, shielding and deshielding, chemical shift, factors affecting chemical shift, interpretation of PMR, instrumentation of NMR, splitting of the signals, spin-spin coupling, intensities of multiple peaks, spin decoupling. So it's a quite big syllabus and you have to keep patience. Let us start. What is NMR spectroscopy? NMR spectroscopy is different from the interaction of electromagnetic radiation with matter. Commonly referred to as NMR, it is a technique which exploits the magnetic properties of certain nuclei to study physical, chemical, and biological properties of matter. In this spectroscopy, the sample is subjected simultaneously with two magnetic fields. Remember, two magnetic fields. One is stationary, very important, and another is varying at same radio frequency. The particular combination of these two field energy is absorbed by sample and signal is obtained when electromagnetic field is provided to the nucleus of sample. The nucleus start to spin around the nuclear axis and generate another magnetic field. And particular combination of these two fields, the energy is absorbed by nucleus. This technique is called as NMR spectroscopy. This transition of nucleus occurs in radio frequency region. The radio waves are considered for lowest energy and this energy is just sufficient to affect the nuclear spin of the atom in a molecule. Hence, this is the most fundamental part of NMR spectroscopy. Unlike IR and UV, no electron promote from lower to higher energy state, only it affect the nuclear spin of the atom under consideration. In general, the study of radio frequency radiation by nuclei is called nuclear magnetic resonance. The method of NMR was first developed by E.M. Purcell and Felix Bloch in 1946. In synthetic organic and organometallic chemistry, solution state NMR means a 300 or 500 MHz NMR spectrometer. High precision glass sample tubes, 2 ml of deuterated solvent, typically fully deuterated chloroform, that is CdCl3, acetone, that is CD3COCD3, benzene C6D6, or dichlorobenzene, that is CD2Cl2. Several milligrams of pure sample, mind that it should be pure, and a reference substance, NMR experiments with several hours of spectrometer time and data interpretation. The structures of new compounds with molecular weights up to 2000 Dalton can be determined, especially when analyzed along with results from NMR databases and mass spectroscopy. we can identify from mass spectroscopy the probable mass of the compound and different types of proton and carbons from the NMR database. It is a well-known fact that spectra given by all forms of spectroscopy may be described in terms of the following three important factors: frequency of spectral lines or bands, intensity of the spectral lines or bands, shape of spectral lines or bands in case of NMR spectra. All above properties depends on the molecular parameters of the system. In case of NMR, these molecular parameters are found to be shielding constant of nuclei, coupling constant of nuclei, lifetime of energy level. We will discuss details of every aspect listed here. Now, what is nuclear and nuclear spin and magnetic moment? Consider this is the nucleus and this is the nuclear axis, and this nucleus is spinning around this axis, and it is the magnetic field applied along the nuclear axis. Now, all nuclei carry a charge. We know that nucleus contain positive charge. In some nuclei, this charge spins on the nuclear axis, and this circulation of nuclear charge generates a magnetic dipole along the axis. The nuclei of atoms are composed of protons and neutrons. We know that. Like electrons, these particles also have the properties to spin on their own axis, and each of them possesses angular momentum, half h by 2 pi. In accordance with quantum theory, the net resultant of the angular momentum of all nuclear particles is called nuclear spin. For a nucleus having a spin quantum number I, these are 2i plus 1 spin states. We all know from our physical chemistry theory chapter. Now, two properties of nuclear particles which are important in understanding of NMR spectroscopy are the net spin associated with proton and neutron, the distribution of positive charge. The net spin number or spin quantum number I of a particular nucleus can be obtained by adding spin numbers of individual proton and neutron of half each. Assuming that neutrons cancel only neutrons and proton cancel only protons because of pairing or spinning in opposite directions. The spin number I have values 0, half, 1, 3 by 2, 5 by 2 and so forth. If I is equal to 0, that represents no spin. Now, principle for nuclear spin. If the sum of the protons and neutrons are even, I is 0 or integral, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. If the sum of protons and neutrons is odd, I is a half integral, that is half, 3 by 2, 5 by 2, etc. If both protons and neutrons are even numbered, I is 0. From the table we can easily understand that what is spin quantum of various nuclei. If number of protons and neutrons are even, spin quantum number as we have known from our previous slide, that is it is 0. For example, 12C6, 16O8 and 32S16. If number of protons is odd or even and number of neutrons are even or odd, spin quantum number I is half, 3 by 2, 5 by 2, as in the case of proton, our hydrogen 19F, 31P, 11B, 79 bromine and 13C, 127I, 35Cl17, 16O17, etc. And if number of protons are odd, number of neutrons are odd, spin quantum number is 1. for example deuterium and 14N. Theory and principle. The NMR is mostly consult with nuclear spin quantum number I is equal to half. The proton having a I is equal to half, when placed in external magnetic field H0, it starts to spin around the nuclear axis and generates another magnetic field. As a spinning nucleus is a charged species, so it will generate another, it will act as another tiny magnet. According to quantum mechanics, there are 2i plus 1, so 2 spin states plus half and minus half for the proton, as you have seen from the diagram. When a charged particle placed in a magnetic field, it starts to revolve and therefore it pushes angular movement due to generation of another magnetic field. The charged particle with nuclear spin has magnitude and direction. Both this property is described by the factor called as magnetic movement, mu. So when the proton takes place in magnetic field, it has two spin steps, plus half and minus half. So there are two energy level for spin steps, that is plus half and minus half. And if we can calculate it from E1 is equal to half mu H0, where H0 is the magnetic field strength which is applied and mu is magnetic moment, and E2 is minus half mu H0, and delta is equal to E1 minus E2. So delta is equal to mu by H0. By Bohr's frequency, we can write delta is equal to H nu from equation 4 and 5 previous. H nu is equal to mu H0. So nu is equal to mu H0 by H. This is the basic of any NMR spectroscopy. If we applied a field 1.41 Tesla, we will get a 60 megahertz NMR machine. If the field is 2.35 Tesla, it is 100 megahertz. If it is 7.05 Tesla, it is 300 megahertz NMR machine we will get. So thank you and wait for the next episode. Bye.